Yeah, well, credit card reform is quickly becoming the hot topic on Capitol Hill. Right now, Congress is mulling over the Credit Card Accountability, Responsibility, and Disclosure Act, which recently got blocked in the Senate. So how do we make sense of what Congress is trying to do to save us from high interest rates? Here to talk about it is the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Isn't it a bit of an oxymoron, Congress coming to save us? Seriously.
They're doing all they can, and a lot of us need saving. So let's talk about this. It got blocked last Thursday. A lot of people disappointed because they wanted to see this act go into effect immediately instead of waiting until next year. Why do you think it got blocked?
Provisions here and there in the horse trading that goes on back and forth. Some congressmen want to make it a little bit stronger. Some want some of the provisions taken out. Whatever it may be. You know, the sad reality to the situation is no one likes paying. They take a look at their credit card bills. My rate was 18%. All of a sudden, it's 25%. They want to limit the ability for these credit card companies to jump up on these rates. But we have to understand as well that any type of credit card loan that obviously these companies are giving you a loan to purchase stuff, it's unsecured. It's unlike when you borrow money to purchase a home. There's, you know, if you don't pay on that, the bank is going to go ahead and take your house. It works a little bit differently when it comes to credit cards. The problem, the opposite side of this thing, is when they start putting all these rules on these companies, it's going to limit the amount of available credit to people out there. If you're going to tell a company, say, you can only charge X amount in interest rates, and they say, well, geez, this guy is maybe a little bit of a difficult type of a borrower, we're not going to just lend them money. So that could be a problem as well.
Do you think at this time, I mean, a lot of times we would love for everybody to be responsible who has a credit card. Unfortunately, that's not going to always be the case. A lot of people are struggling out there. But do you think that just forgoing credit cards, if you can, paying with cash should be the goal of a lot of people to avoid getting yourself in really bad situations?
There's no reason to use a credit card to actually put anything on a credit card where you're paying it off later unless it's an emergency. I can completely understand if you're a carpenter and your truck breaks down, you need to get back and forth to work and you don't have the capital to go ahead and pay that, or you need to fix your tools, yeah, fine, you're going to need to do that. It's almost like using a business loan. But credit cards should be paid off in full every single month. Take advantage of the points and all the stuff that they give you and the accounting ease.
But don't also let that be the factor for getting a credit card, because I think a lot of people go, oh, hey, I get this credit card to this department store or these airline miles, and that's an incentive rather, you know, that's the reason people end up signing up for these cards instead of having it just be an incentive.
They do, and well, that's why they give you the 10% off when you, oh, sign up for our department store credit card here, we'll give you 10% off. They know that they're going to eventually rope you into spending on something and then paying it off, and they're going to collect some interest on it. It's a big, big mistake. If everybody just lived within their means and understand, you're right on, you budget yourself over the course of a month, know what you can afford to spend, and just dealt with it that way, you'd be much better off.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially in these times, we can't all do that.
But that's emergency types of situations, which is understandable. But to go out and buy a new pair of shoes that you don't really need, or an outfit, or a television on your wall.
Thank you, Mitch. Well, credit card reform is quickly becoming the hot topic on Capitol Hill. And right now, Congress is mulling over the Credit Card Accountability, Responsibility, and Disclosure Act, which recently got blocked in the Senate. So how do we make sense of what Congress is trying to do to save us from high interest rates? Here to talk about it is the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Good morning,
Good morning.
Chris. A lot of people wanted to see this act go into effect immediately. It was shot down last Thursday. What do you think?
Well, there's some repercussions. There's both sides. Nobody likes paying high rates on their credit cards, and my suggestion is if you don't like doing it, then probably don't spend on those credit cards. That's the best way to go about handling it. Congress is actually starting to realize, saying, well, if we put this through, we're going to be in trouble here, because you know what? Credit card companies are going to start pulling credit cards if they can't make their money back. And we
were just talking about this a few minutes ago, about how actually delinquency with people with their credit cards, people being a little bit more responsible. Some good news out there.
Yeah, absolutely. This morning, this came out that in the third quarter, delinquencies were at a lower level than the second quarter. And it's usually much higher in the third quarter. And that's the first time that that's happened in 10 years. So people are paying their debt down.
Wow. And don't you think in this economy, some people have no choice but to they're pretty much forced to make changes. You have to.
Well, it should be their only choice. And I know I'm kind of like gloom and doom in regards to that stuff, but you know, spend what you can afford, and you're going to be in a much better position.
Okay, quickly wanted to get your comments on this. The National Association for Business Economics announced this morning that they think that job growth is going to spurt in the next couple of months. What do you think?
I hope so. I think during the holidays, I think you're going to see some hiring. I think that the Christmas season is going to be a little bit better than expected. Also, these companies have taken their inventories down to such low levels that they're going to have to go about replacing them. I think we'll see a spike, but we need to have sustainable jobs, going forward, not just holiday seasonal stuff.
Absolutely, and hopefully with the holidays there will be some positions available, but definitely going to be a competitive time for people as well.